Shadow ban seemingly lifted last night. I think I'm about to hit another peak is what I said yesterday. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to show you that it's actually popping off right now. If you look right here, this is an anomaly. And this is something we've been tracking during our content creation, just career, right? Every time something like this happens, I have an entire playlist, right? 3 months ago, I'm not crazy, it's happening again. This is crazy. And then I always document it by saying, we're shadow banned again. For people that have no idea what a shadow ban is, let me explain to you. Have you noticed that my videos have been showing up on the front page recommendations a lot more recently? Some of you may have realized actually that the viewership of the recent videos that I uploaded has been popping the fuck off like crazy. Usually this type of viewership is only shown after the 3rd day. Because I'm sure a lot of you realize that some of you don't even see my videos until the 3rd day and you're like, what the fuck? You uploaded videos? This is one of the symptoms of a shadow ban. A lot of people seems to claim that they're shadow banned this, they're shadow banned that. I think I actually know what a shadow ban is, and I think it's very intentional. I think this is part of the system, and there's checks and balances in there to basically prevent fraud. And I'm going to explain to you basically what a difference of a shadow ban is versus it's not. So if we look at the videos here, it happened right here. Gilgamesh versus Enkidu. And I need you to realize, right? A lot of people seems to think, well, you're on shadow ban right now because it's the beginning of a new season and new trends happening. As of when I uploaded this shit, this was on January 1st. The new season hasn't even started yet, right? I always say that this unshadow ban being lifted, shadow ban being lifted happens at the beginning of new seasons, obviously because of new trends and seasonal content and hype happening. But there's moments like this when there's nothing new. I know Face Strange is Fake is hyped up, but the episode didn't even release. This is an old episode that was released a year ago. Yet at this point, I know that it's hard to see right now. There is a difference in spike of viewership at this point. Usually we'll have to wait till that 3rd day mark for something big to happen, right? And I've shown you examples like Chainsaw Man, right? If we go look at Chainsaw Man movie, it's very obvious when you are shadow banned or not. Grown man cries watching children's cartoon, not really, right there, right? Look how insane the spike in viewership there is. At that 3rd day, all the viewership is backloaded. Boom, now you're getting it. And the really frustrating thing is that I think we'll have to go to one of these videos, right? For example, if we go to the part here where basically the shadow ban basically was put back in after I popped off for about 3 to 2 weeks, right? What you'll notice is the difference in subscriber count, right? So I want you to look at specifically these differences. Where is this? Your ratio of subs to not subbed, right? It'll be really bad. Fuck. Let me bring you a different video. Maybe this isn't the best one. Maybe I'm not crazy, it's happening again. Maybe look at something like this. I'm trying to show you that when you're shadow banned, you basically have no viewership until the 3rd day. And all your videos, right? For example, this is called the suggested feed. All the suggested feed is back in. This video gets recommended right 22 hours ago. That's fucking crazy. This is when you know that the algorithm actually loves you. It's taking your content to a wider audience and testing it more and more. So again, when you are shadow banned, all the views come in 3 days later. Your videos only have viewership in that local audience, right? If we look at videos like this is uploaded back basically when we were still shadow banned, right? It's very obvious, something like this. Usually it'll be more exaggerated, like an 80-20, 70-30 split. And it's like that until the 3rd day and later on. But when you're not shadow banned, right? Let's look at these new videos that we just uploaded. Maybe even Tamon, right? Let's look at Tamon B. Tamon B is not even popping off that hard, but it's doing really well. Obviously, it's the beginning of a new season and new people are checking it out. But let's see the difference in the engagement, right? So already doing fantastic. Look at the audience tab. 50-40, 60-40. So it's not completely out there, but it's changing significantly, right? Right now, I'm literally catching it live of when this new spike is happening. And it's so fucking obvious. And if you look at the reach, suggested videos, finally it's back up here. If you look at the other examples that I bring you about suggested videos and stuff suggested views, this shit is not even in the feed, right? When you are a shadow ban, you're not even in the fucking feed, and you basically don't, like, nobody even knows you fucking exist. Only your local audience knows you exist, and it's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating, and I'm glad that I can document this to basically claim that I'm not fucking crazy. So here's time on B. Sorry, here's time on B. Let's look at some other stuff too. Let's look at Nicholas Side is Wilding Out, Lord of the Mysteries content. Let's look at some of these other videos that we uploaded literally yesterday. Let's look at this shit. Nicholas Light video. Obviously, it's going to do really well because drama content, right? Look at it. Suggested feed, right? Want you to look at the suggested videos already. Significant. When you're shadow banned, this is at like the single digits. And look at the audience tab. Yep, 60-40. It's getting closer and closer. You look at this one. This is Lord of the Mysteries trailer, right? Look at this shit. Suggested videos. Not as high, but still up there. Audience. 60-40. I'm waiting for it to get to 50-50. It's going to happen pretty soon. And the best part is when it's even more different, right? You want basically this, but the not sub to be even higher. The best thing that can happen for you is most of your like people watching you are from not subscribers. Many people say, oh, hey, make sure that you're sub because we noticed that 9% of you are unsubscribed. That's a great problem to have. That means the algorithm is testing your audience to a larger audience. Suggested videos, boom, that's fucking significant. When you're shadow banned, suggested videos is down below. It's not even shown. It's not like a 1%. And the second biggest feed is channel pages because people are constantly refreshing my page to see what's going on, right? Giga cancel video. This is the Fate drama video. Like literally anything I can just fucking shit out and everything is going to get viewership right now. That's how hot we are. Heaven's Feel. The reason that I uploaded Heaven's Feel, by the way, I was waiting and waiting. Basically, the idea was this. I knew that like Shadowban was still in place here. But as soon as this video went up, there was something different. It's so obvious. It's so obvious in the way that the video is performing. Remember, it spiked up, right? It spiked the fuck up. And because of that, I realized this is the time to upload Heaven's Feel. This shit was ready for like a month, but I didn't upload it because I knew that it's going to be wasted if I upload it now. But I knew that in a couple of weeks, just like how I always predict, right? Like this, just like how I always predict that there is going to be a new, like, look at this shit, right? I'm always like looking at these points where I know that the beginning of the season is coming up. I'm going to be unlifted from the shadow ban and it's going to get a shitload of views. So I waited and I did, and it popped the fuck up within a day to be like that. 100 meters got bailed out. 100 meters genuinely got bailed the fuck out. I thought 100 meters was going to suffer because it was like a passion project with themes that many people don't really care about. Yet we're able to make it in. I'm so fucking glad. And so now that like you kind of have an understanding of what a shadow ban is versus like what not a shadow ban is and how like performances differ, let me kind of explain to you what I think is going to happen. Let's look at this graph, and I'm going to, this is the impressions going off, right? This is the views. We have lifetime chart here, right? Average view duration, impressions, click-through rate. You'll notice that impression click-through rate doesn't really change. Impression click-through rate basically is how many times you see a thumbnail and you actually go in and click onto it and engage, right? Every time you see one of these things, it's like an impression, but how long do you actually engage with it, right? And if you look at the views here, let's grab a screenshot. 1 second. Gonna grab that, bring it here. Here we go. And now let's look at this. Let's analyze this again, right? If you guys don't know, I'll teach you. Notice how there are spikes. So this here was Eminence in Shadow finale. This is a phase in time, right? Right? This right over here is a phase in time where I had no idea what I'm fucking doing. And that's why I made a playlist of performance review, right? In this weekly performance review playlist, I document and teach you how you can actually grow a reaction channel, right? And what is the biggest lesson takeaway? The biggest lesson takeaway is if all you're doing is trying to captivate on viral moments like this popped off for no reason. I was there at the right place at the right time. Eminence in Shadow is something that I make a lot, and finale popped off and there's a lot of motion, right? And therefore this popped off. But notice how even though Eminence in Shadow popped the fuck off and this was like a huge spike relative to the other points, there was no growth after that. Immediately it goes down back in and we're flatlined. And why is that? Because all I did at that time was force down shows that no one cared about. I think at that time it was the Chisei anime, right? It was Chisei Magister Mage. Yeah, Ancient Magus Bride. A new season was coming. No one in my audience asked for it. I have no idea what a community is, and I force this shit down your throat. And every video that goes in, here's the funny part. For every new people that showed up from Eminence and Shadow, they do not give a fuck about Ancient Magus Bride. And with every upload that I'm brute forcing is a bad signal to the algorithm saying, you're fucking up, you're fucking up. Your new audience that's coming in does not care about these new videos. You're fucking up, you're fucking up. And that's why it is dead. This period is just dead. Because all I'm doing is farming random seasonal slop, because that's how I think you're gonna get views. I have no subs, I have no community. I'm gonna farm out new shows and people are gonna find me through the search engine. Well, guess what? You don't even make it to the search engine here. The search engine is not because you uploaded a video fast. The search engine is customized based off of your interests. I can type, right, like Jujutsu Kaisen reaction on the search engine. My list of videos that's gonna pop up is gonna be different from your list of videos that pops up. And it's a ranking basis. The better you do with your local community, right, the better your videos perform, the more it's gonna put in the search engine, right? And so basically everyone fucks up. Everyone starting a reaction channel fucks up by doing this bullshit. What changes? Something changes here though. Can you guys notice? It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but there is actually a difference, a significant difference that changes my life at this point where I'm like, hold on a moment. Do I have game? Do I know what's going on? And this is the part where I said, fuck it. I'm dropping seasonal bullshit. Why am I farming out all these random shows that no one cares about? I'm gonna ask my audience what they want. And we pulled in a show and we got what's called community series going. I dropped all the poor performing seasonal content, kept the really hype ones, and focused on community series, such as this. I think cawcawTV, one of the first community series was Bunny Girl Senpai. We did that. That did okay, right? We did, what was it? Ito Shura was, what is it? Yeah. Remember this? Chivalry of a Failed Knight? This is fun. These are old shows. These are old shows that nobody fucking knows is airing right now. Yet, why did I get significant viewership off of this? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if an anime is trending. It doesn't. Of course, it's gonna help if something's trending. But what matters more is that your audience cares about it. And where did I learn this from? I have to always shout out Neil Desai. This is the part where I was looking and researching into other channels, right? How do I make a good reaction channel? How is this guy reacting to random fucking bullshit that's not even airing right now, but it's getting so much views? And at that point, I realized it has nothing to do with what's trending. That has everything to do with what your audience wants, right? And that's when I realized, shit, I gotta fucking change my shit up. And that's why growth started to happen. And you'll realize that there are significant moments of growth that happens in 3-month intervals. Here. There's another one. There's a baby one here, right? Let's zoom out. There's one over here, obviously. There's baby one here. There's one over here, obviously. There's a baby one over here. And now another one is happening. And all these circled parts are 3-month intervals. This is not a coincidence. This is very intentional. And I'm going to explain to you how this growth and the Shadowban kind of works together. What I noticed is no matter how many videos that I upload, you'll notice that I upload a stupid amount of videos in my channel, right? There's a time in a period of my life where I was uploading. This is the ReZero time. This is ReZero here, right? I was genuinely uploading 10 videos a day because ReZero caught on fire and I wanted to fucking push it to the limit. But no matter how much videos I made, it's a very consistent average that you see, right? And you'll notice, once I start to focus on my community, there was a difference. The YouTube algorithm, I think, at this point realized, hold up a second, this guy's doing something right. Now we're going to give him more viewership. And it kind of doubled overnight. It was crazy. It was genuinely crazy from going from 0 to 2, right? Like 0 to 1 over here. And for 3 months, we farmed it out. And you'll notice it's very consistent. There are spikes and downs up in here, but nothing so crazy. But overnight, at the end of a season or the beginning of a new season, boom, another boost and another doubling of viewership. Doesn't really matter what kind of topics I'm making as long as I'm engaging my core community while checking out random seasonal content. It's like a testing period of like, are you satisfying the amount of viewership that the algorithm has defined for you? A ceiling and a floor. Are you within an expected range? That's what my hypothesis is about. Back during these times though, I don't think I really understood what a shadow ban was because my viewership was so insignificant that I was playing within the optimal range. There was, I think, a point here where things dipped. This part had to do with, this was time where I think I first figured out what a shadow ban was. This is the part where we were watching Villainous. Level cawcawTV, level 999 Villainous. Remember this anime? This shit popped the fuck off for me. I got 32,000 views. This is the beginning of my ascension where I'm like, things are actually starting to pop the fuck off. But because we popped a little bit too hard off, this part, we actually got shadow banned. This is the part where I didn't understand what a shadow ban was. I thought it's because of my 10 Sura reactions. Back then, I was also doing 10 Sura reactions and I was also scheduling the upload in like a premiere release. And based off of that coincidence, I thought I fucked up because I was premiering these videos and they weren't doing well. Little did I know back then, it's because I was doing really well. A bit too well to the point that it's stripping away my viewership and it wants me to be kept in this range. And when you're shadow banned again, only your local subscribers get your videos, and 3 days later, do they actually see your videos after that, right? And then another boost happened, very stable. I think this is quite peaceful. And then this is ReZero. The ReZero phase during summer of 2024 was fucking crazy. This is the part where like I'm known as like a sweaty React lord that also checks out anime reaction, isekai content. And ReZero is fucking hype. And season 3 is about to drop right over here, right? Season 3 is about to fucking drop right there. So preparing from summer until throughout all the summer and fall, all I did was farm ReZero. We doubled again and the viewership was fucking crazy and I was maxing it out. But even if I was maxing out, like making 10 videos a day, I realized that no matter how much I make, there's like an expected range I can't surpass. So 3-month period, the average is somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here. And we got another baby bump. This phase here though, right? So this is fall, right? Fall 2024, weak season. Very weak, didn't have that many trends, still covering ReZero, barely keeping up. That's why there is not that crazy of a difference in viewership between this phase and this phase. But still, a bump did happen that I noticed and we carried that momentum all the way through. This part is where it gets fucked up. This part is when I documented my, what's it called? Blue Lock, yeah. Blue Lock drama, right? I got shadow banned on YouTube, fall 2024 performance, right? At the end, which is really annoying. And the interesting part is usually, like right now, we have a very steady system where the shadow ban is very predictable. Back then, it wasn't very predictable. Right now, we know that at the beginning of a new season, I'm out of the gates running really hard for 2 to 3 weeks, and then we get shadow banned until the next season. Here, I got shadow banned in December, which was the highest earning period too, which is fucking annoying, right? All of the advertiser money is in there and I'm getting gated. But we got shadow banned for about like 2 weeks or so. It was a very baby one. And then boom, Blue Lock finale and new seasonal content, solo leveling, and boom, right here. The craziest part about this gap is not only did we go up here, this was a boost right here, like right over here to here. That was already a boost. But the fact that from here to here, this was sister leveling. This is forbidden territory. This is the part where I actually pop the fuck off a bit too hard. This is an area that I never even should have access to, but because of a combination of things that's outside my control, what are they? I'm covering solo leveling, I'm hype marketing it. Giguk's covering solo leveling, he's hype marketing it. I'm on board. Sister solo leveling drops, and we have fucking, what's it called? We have fucking skit comes out and I cover it, it blows the fuck up. My most viewed video to this date is a stupid skit. I'm not saying that the anime boys make stupid skit, but me reacting a stupid reaction to a fucking incest skit video is my legacy. And that, not only did I reach one peak and then I fell down really quick because it's unsustainable, I hit another peak. It was a back-to-back. There was like other videos like this, for example, Blue Lock drama video that I was farming. So I popped the fuck off and hit 2 peaks that I should have never hit. And for that, I was punished. You see this? Basically, this is when the shadow ban was very, very noticeable, which is so fucking annoying. I finally get out of the shadow ban after being in hell for December. I pop off for about a week or two, and then for the rest, for half of a year, by the way, from half of, this is one half of a year, right? Flatlined. This is where I'm dooming. This was literally my 2025. 2025 started off with me hitting a new fucking peak that I didn't think was possible. This was a viewership. If I maintain this shit, it's literally in that like 3 million plus average monthly part, which is basically the amount that like top tier reactors have. But it's unsustainable and it's forbidden territory. And remember what I said, I think that there is a system in place to make sure that the views aren't fraudulent. Something is outlier here. There is a ceiling, which I think might be here, right? A ceiling, I don't know, I'm just making random numbers. A ceiling and a floor. And I basically, this area is forbidden territory that I shouldn't have access to yet, but due to unforeseen causes, I hit that shit. And then everything gets stripped away. And now, because I popped off here, I pay for it for half a fucking year. But even then, when you average everything out, if you average out all this momentum here, this part of the graph, with this part of the graph, this phase is still the best I've ever fucking done. Genuinely. But it's easy for me to say that in hindsight. During that time, I'm fucking depressed. I am like, every day is like, is this my limit? The views aren't going up anymore. I hit a new high. What's happening? I'm shadow banned. I was doing so well. Like, for example, if there was some sort of sign that I was doing bad, that the videos aren't doing well and the viewership then goes down, then I'd be like, yeah, fair. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, right? Like I'm being punished because I'm not making good content. But you can clearly see that I'm popping the fuck off. Like, this is surefire signal saying you are doing really fucking well. It's not that, you know, you're underrated or overrated. It's the fact that your content, the demand is there and people fucking want it. And then this shit happens, and now people have to keep refreshing my channel to see this guy even upload so many comments, right? Like, for example, if we look at comments here, let's look at the comments here. Like, if I search by keyword shadow, right? Recommended in less than half an hour after upload is a shadow ban lifted. These are the sweat lords that understand, like, what do you mean? Only an hour after upload? Shadow ban lifted yet again, right? Like, stuff, like, just shadow ban is off my king, right? I talk about it might be. This is the face range fake I'm talking about, right? The suggested feed kicked in before 3 days passed. A lot of people are very aware of this shit. I'm not fucking schizo, man. And during this time, I am depressed. Nothing is changing. There is a little baby change right over here, right? So this is winter, and then this is spring, right? This is spring right here. And spring had a little bit of a baby bump. We were kind of doing 2B Hero X content. 2B Hero X was popping off for a bit, but it was very stable. And it was very stable, and this is the first time that my average viewership stayed consistent for half a year rather than 3 months and then a boost in 3 months. Because you can see, right? You can see how every 3 months, it's like fucking clockwork. 2x, right? 2x, 2x, 2x. But I'm like, is this my limit? Am I done? But I locked the fuck in. Every day at this point, I changed my mindset. Up until then, I was like convinced that I'm going to be rewarded no matter what. So I was happy. But at this point, I realized if I keep focusing on the viewership, I'm going to get depressed. So I did this. I put a blindfold on and I basically started running. Before, I have an expectation that there is like a milestone. There's like a destination. There's like a place that if I keep running, some sort of light is at the end of the tunnel. For half a year, I'm in the dark. I have no fucking clue what's going on. So I decided, fuck it. I'm going to ignore everything, just lock in and deliver content. Ignore the numbers. And you know what? Stable viewership. Nothing changes. I'm in the expected range. And then what happens? Summer hits. Lord of the Mysteries hit. LOTM. We pop off with every trailer reaction. I'm going viral in China. I'm being honored as like a fucking honorary Chinese citizen because of the way that I'm fucking delivering Lord of the Mysteries content. Billy's fucking giving me social credit. And I'm back in. And we hit another peak. We're back. Another, and based on what? Your boy Roshi, remember this? Your boy Roshi content, remember that? Bro, one of my most popular videos is the drama content. Your boy Roshi content. Not the 43,000. I'm genuinely on another fucking high. And at that point, all my grief, all my anxiety and frustration over this half of a year, gone. I can't explain to you how the euphoria that I felt here, the happiness that I felt during this ascension. Not only did we spike up from here to here, but we did another one, right? Back to back. Just like here. Remember how I told you there was a spike and then another spike? The same shit happened and I kept it fucking going. I basically was like, yup, it's my moment again. I'm unshadowbanned. I'm a fucking push it to the limit. I literally, when I'm not nerfed, I can literally record myself filming ants outside. 5.3 thousand views. And this also, by the way, in a day. I am filming ants, fucking doing commentary like Nikocado Avocado saying I'm 2 steps ahead. But because I'm unshadowbanned and I'm on fucking fire and because of the memes and the drama, that's the power. That's the potential, right? But as usual, what happens? You're not gonna stay on top, right? It's gonna come falling down. And yet again, we've come fucking falling down. And then right here, right? So this was summer, right? Right here, this part, summer, right? Sorry, yeah, summer. And summer was really strong. And then fall. We hit again. I was really worried. I was worried that because of a new peak that we hit again, that's comparable to this, right? That I thought I was gonna get punished for another half of a fucking year. Nope. Fall hits, and even though fall also had the weakest, and I also documented this, by the way, right? I think right over here, it's happening again. In this video, I talked to you about like, bro, there's no new trends even happening, right? Like, it's so fucking obvious. Like, look at the graph here. Are you kidding me? This is when I caught it right there. This kind of increase and then consistency doesn't just happen like that, right? And it's so fucking obvious to me what's going on, right? Another spike has hit, and the best part was, even though fall was lackluster, I was able to have this much motion as comparable as like Lord of the Mystery during summer in a lackluster season. Obviously, not gonna last long. Immediately shoots down, and we're shadow banned. And we're shadow banned all of fall. We're trying to farm some One Punch Man drama in here, and Nicholas Light drama videos, it's been fucking clutching up for me. And now we're back. And now we're here. We're here at another point where I'm about to ascend. And here is my assumption, my theory. And I'm always right about this. I always do this at the end of these videos. Go check out this playlist. And basically, I draw it, right? I literally said, this is what's gonna happen, right? I said that, like, just wait. Another breakthrough is gonna happen. And literally, this graph that I just drew is happening right now. I think that this time, I wanna hit a new high. Because so far, this is still like the limit. If you zoom out, you'll see that the limit is kind of here, right? We haven't really pushed through this limit just yet. And this also is, and the craziest thing I need you to realize is that this limit that I haven't been able to surpass, it's so obvious. It's literally, notice like that threshold. Like, do you really think this is a coincidence? I think it's very intentional. I think it's intentional that the 3 peaks that I hit, always right there, and then the dial is off. But after grinding for a year out, in this expected range, do you think it's time for me to get a Zenkai boost? Am I gonna ascend my sequence? I don't know. It'd be really cool though, if we finally were able to surpass that. I hope that we're able to surpass this finally and reach a new high. I don't know how high it's gonna go. But I would hope that we're gonna reach a new high. And then it's gonna come crashing down. All right? Who knows how much? You know, who knows how much, right? But I hope that whatever the new baseline is, and this is what I care about. I do care about the peaks, but what I care about is this new baseline, right? What is my floor of viewership, right? That's what I care about. I hope that the new floor of viewership is gonna be basically my peaks in the past. And if you look at it, look at this shit. These type of peaks, that was just a little lightning in a bottle. I am averaging that now. these once in a lifetime, so once in a season opportunities that I'm so happy about that only last for a bit. My lowest at my worst is now hitting that on a consistent basis. What I have discovered through the YouTube algorithm farming out content like me, this is not schizo theory crafting. This is, I am showing you that there is a system involved where there is a ceiling and a floor and expected range that you're at. Due to the amount of volume of content that I make and how hard I try at YouTube, I always break through that range and I get punished for it. I think there's a lot of other content creators that don't experience this because they're not like farming as hard as I do. And therefore their average viewership looks really good. But if you look at their monthly viewership compared to mine, I mog every one of them. And don't tell me again that this has to do with you uploading too many videos, because my second channel, right? My second channel, which is heavily optimized around one video, right, can also get shadow banned. It has nothing to do with the volume of content you make. It has everything to do with that whatever trivial volume of content you've made, do you actually surpass a certain range? And if you do, you get stripped away and you're known as what's shadow banned. 3 days, no viewership from external audience. It's only your local community. But even then, it's still very stable. And if you've satisfied that through whatever calculation time, the second channel behaves differently. For me, I think that the 3-month thing, right, is very specific to my channel. I'm sure it's going to be different for other people. The second channel, I realize, is also very different like that, right? And what I'm trying to say is 3 months. I'm going to be, the next 2 to 3 weeks, there's a line. There's a line here from 100 meters. There's a line here in 100 meters at the end, which is it goes so fucking hard. It goes so hard, and it's a line from, I think, this guy Zaitsu, right? What does Zaitsu say, right? He talks about how all the happiness, right? All the happiness, all the frustrations, all the anxiety and the fear, shove it into those 100 meters, into that 10 seconds. They sacrifice their life and they grind for this once in a moment opportunity. And for me, that's right now. In the beginning of a new season, for 2 to 3 weeks, my weights are lifted. And I'm going to put everything, all the anxiety and the frustration, all the euphoria and happiness, sadness, whatever, all the depressing days, all the good days into these 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm going to pop the fuck off. I'm going to break through the ceiling again. And then let's see where we land. There's a part of me that thinks that maybe I shouldn't try as hard. There's a part of me that thinks like maybe you should just upload less and try to stay within this range. But that feels wrong to me. I want to always fucking put everything there. To sandbag off of this vague assumption that if you maybe stay in an expected range, you're going to do better. Nah, I'm going to put everything out there. We're going to break through. And even though the tidal waves are as big, right? Let's use this analogy. At the end of the day, the bigger the tidal waves are, the more shells that basically show up on the beach. And that's what we're trying to do. Those tidal waves are temporary. These peaks are temporary. But what happens with what came with those shells, the new people that show up and the new baseline that gets established, that's what I'm fucking looking for, man. Hopefully you guys learned something through this schizo analysis. Do I know what I'm talking about? I do think I know what I'm talking about. Am I completely right about everything? No. These are speculations, hypotheses, random theories that I'm testing out, but I'm working it. And it's a very working situation, right? I'm proving it to you with results. Every time I do this, I literally make a fucking video and document it into a separate playlist, right? So I think that I have some credibility in this shit. And later, we're going to document again. I'm going to make another video where we're going to see how far this shoots up, right? Exactly how high will the impressions go, and see what happens. And then the final video is going to be when we're inevitably shadow banned, right? To see exactly where we land. It's going to be fun.